Of heroes. I would like to start this discourse with the definition of the word hero. I'm starting with the definition of hero because I believe every one of us here understands the meaning of a better Nigeria and what a struggle for sale entails. Now, hero is defined at page 561 of the 6th edition of the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary as, in quote now, a person, especially a man, who is admired by many people for doing something brave or good. It is also defined as a person, especially a man, that you admire because of a particular quality or skill that they have. In this dictionary, there are 4 different definitions of hero, but the 2 above mentioned definitions will serve our purpose. Now, whereas doing something good is used to define a hero, in our definition above. In the present day realities, the word hero has assumed a subjective being by people so that some people perceive and still call the General Sani Abacha a hero to date, despite his atrocious regime and his death more than 22 years ago. It is the same way some angels perceive Lucifer, the Satan, a hero, when he, the de facto number 2 being in heaven, was able to attract a third of the angels in heaven to rebel against God. After all, it is always said that one man's hero is another man's villain. It is in the light of this that I would like to, with due respect to the organizers of this event, slightly amend the theme of the lecture to read the struggle for a better Nigeria and the untimely passage of activism. I choose the word activist because although the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, International Students Edition, the dictionary at page 14 thereof gives me the meaning of activist as a person who works to achieve political or social change, especially as a member of an organization with particular aims. In my secondary school days, one of the Yoruba texts we read is the book Oleku, authored by late Professor Akeem Shola. On reading the book, I fantasized on joining the Pirates Confraternity whenever I had the opportunity of entering the university. This is simply because of the way the protagonist in the book, that is Ajani, portrays the Pirate Confraternity as an activist organization fighting against the oppressive and repressive regimes of the university administration. The depiction of activists or actually activism is the problem we have in Nigeria. We may have a million activists in Nigeria. If they are not true to themselves, we are not going to get anywhere. And the government will keep on doing whatever it is doing, knowing full well that nothing is going to happen. We only shout and shout and shout. Nothing is going to happen. The Adeniyi Adewunmi that we are honoring today started his activism in the university system
now Adeniyi Adewunmi University. He started off as a campus journalist, and he was a member of the student representative council for I think 3 times or so, and eventually became the Speaker of the Parliament. But the starting point was his membership of the Society for Current Affairs staff. The society, I believe, was set up for grooming socialist Marxists, but because we see the campus as our primary constituency, so we participated actively in the student unionism. But we also the view that we cannot recreate or we cannot get a society of that we want if we restrict our activism to the campus. That's why we really wanted to change the society, but as we know today, it is a bit tough because we now have a situation where the oppressors are having upper hands. The whole thing is resulting from what I can call the class interest of the people within us, the women elite. They are so interested in their pockets, and because of that class interest, it's difficult to get anything done for the masses. So we have to continue to pray and work for a good society, because the way things are now, it's been becoming more and more deplorable compared to what it was some years back. So we thank you for honoring our friends, and we hope that we continue in where we left. Thank you.
Quite an emotive lecture as well as an impactful one, and we are grateful to all the people who came from City Point and people not from City Point. But let me say that we are propagating an idea in line with our conviction as radical gender movement in the Nigerian Bar Association is a member, as well as the New Nigeria Network, colloquially referred to as Sarasoke. The idea of perpetrating the legacies, the memories, the values, the standards, the precepts of people like Adeniyi Adewunmi is in line with the concept of continuity, of quality, as enshrined in the Yoruba proverb. Èrò tá a bá ń ṣe tá a fún ọmọ ẹni mọ̀ irú èrò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn kò ní pẹ́ run. If I could translate roughly, the mysteries of your religion and values that you keep away from the next generation, that is your children, will soon perish for lack of continuity. Many people who are here, or who might be hearing us, may not know, might not have heard about Adeniyi Adewunmi. His greatness of mind, his astuteness, his courage, his loyalty, the felicity of purpose, and the charisma. So it's incumbent on people like us who knew him fairly well to present to the world generation coming, or what we call generation next, the Sarasoke generation, that there's nothing new under the sun. There have been men before us. There will be men after us. The quality of men that will be after us will depend on the quality of men and the quality of history we care to pass on to the succeeding generations. I never knew him at the University of Ife, but apparently he knew me. I was a few years ahead of his own generation, probably passing out when he was coming in around 1984 and 1985. But I never read my law then. I read English studies and left. But when I became a lawyer, he recognized me. He came over and greeted me and called me my pet name and university then, junior and Sunday. I used to write what we call Democratic Wall at the Awolowo Hall for all of 4 years. And we embraced, and I was surprised that many of the generations, I knew Adeniyi Adewunmi, I knew Fusika, Bamida too, I never knew him and all that. But I found out that in the Nigerian Bar Association, that this class of people that are very good comrades were not in it. The Nigerian Bar Association was left to people who are there to further nest and support the political establishment in the judiciary, in the society. I was concerned, and we gradually tried to bring them back, and they came. I'm talking of Bamida too late now. Adeniyi Adewunmi late now. Teslim Adewunmi here, and Olumide Fusika. People like Adeniyi Adewunmi. All these people are very strong, tough guys in the university, in the student union movement. But whether it was the chaos of this world or a wrong ideological understanding of what a platform like the Nigerian Bar Association, of course richly bourgeois and bourgeoisified, can be put to by radical, progressive, activist elements. Well, it never occurred to them. It baffled people like us. But we tried to bring them back, and in the middle of the struggles inevitably that must arise when characters like us, who seen as mavericks, but essentially well-intentioned, well-meaning, come to lead platforms already established like this. They are there for us, financially, professionally, counseling, guiding, supporting, and helping and serving committees, very important committees, like the Gamifari committee, which is served the law week, serving the law week, and like in the case of Olumide Fusika, headed our committee on the land use, the horrendous and extremely oppressive land use charge of Governor Ambode that we call the toxic tax laws, under the leadership as chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association. And they marched with us when we rose against the state 2 years after. It is to the credit of this bar and to men like the late Adeniyi Adewunmi, Olumide Fusika, Teslim Adewunmi, and so many other people that the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, the incumbent one, had to reverse that law. The Titanic struggle could only have come from a muscular, patriotic, progressive, assertive control of a platform like the Nigerian Bar Association. I was just fortunate to just be the symbol at that time. And so when you look at the passage of this, the theme, which we said the struggle for a better Nigeria, and the passage, the untimely passage of heroes, which has been modified very wisely by the guest speaker as activists. It's not the untimely passage that should worry us. Death will come when it will come, and we shall all die. But there must be continuity. I was speaking to a few people who came here this morning, very few people. I said, I will not be bothered at all if I do not see anybody. That academic speak to the empty hall. What is important is that the radical gender movement has deemed it fit to recognize the spirit. If the family of Adeniyi comes here, Good. If they are not here, we are not bothered. If the city branch chambers were here, good. If they are not here, we are not bothered. If the echelon of the Nigerian Bar Association branch comes here and they are not here, we are not bothered. The important thing, as our late leaders taught us, you stand and stand very well, robustified on the right thing, even if you are doing, even if you are the only one doing it. So we are not affected by the few numbers that are here. We've known people who have written books that appear meaningless until a century later, when somebody else will just read it. So somebody could be hearing or could have heard the voices of Mr. Adeniyi, Mr. Adewunmi today, or could be hearing our own voice. Incidentally, in this citadel, it was built not by paladins and pageantries of bourgeois persuasion, but it was conceived by radical, progressive activists. And in all of the branches of the Nigerian Bar Association, 126 that we are, the most progressive, the most, if we could use revolutionary, or at least radical, of all these branches, is the Nigerian Bar Association branch called the Tiger Bar, and the core, and the nucleus, and the strength, and the bulwark of Ikeja is the Progressive Bar Forum. It is no wonder that we've chosen the leader of the Progressive Bar Forum for this year to come and give us the speech, not only because he knew Mr. Adewunmi very, very well. I never knew that so intimately, but because it's in alignment with our purpose. The struggles we had here, it's a pity that we never made a film of that. Adewunmi is one Iroko that will make a forest. He was there for us in legal battles. He chased away people who learned their legal powers to living, to rigging, to cheating. Adewunmi was a man you could count on, and that was why when he passed on in 2016 and I happened to be the new chairman, I insisted even on my life that we hold a valedictory session for him in the thick of the storm of the turbulence of the intra and inter-conflict, not only in the Tiger Bar, but with the Nigerian Bar Association leadership. We held it here. We held it. And we are very proud to have a very great achievement. So, for people that are here, we are not begging you. We are not pleading with you. At least, at best, we can say we are admonishing you. It's your country. It's our country. I've seen some lawyers come in here, they just look at me and they do something, and then they go away. I have some cases to file, I have things to do and all that. I just laugh at people like that. They are like people in the university. When you are contending on very serious issues, they will not come to congresses. I just want to graduate. I just want to graduate. Graduate into what? Graduate into what? It is the position of radical agenda movement since 2020 that in 2019 that if Nigeria is not okay, the Nigerian Bar Association cannot be okay. The judiciary cannot be okay, and Nigeria is not okay and cannot be okay, not only because of the evil of the wrong people, of the bad people, but because of the silence, the quietude, the patience. 3 months is not enough. 3 months cannot be enough simply because as of today, the Lagos NSAS panel that have used about 9 months had only achieved 40% by some admission of his assignment. The chapter 1 of his responsibility, which is the NSAS inquiry to the NSAS abuses, police and security abuses, there are outstanding 109 cases that they have not touched at all. How do you want to do all this in 3 months? And then you still have the Lekki shooting, the Lekki shooting, we call it Lekki massacre,
of 28th October 2020, the investigation has not been concluded. So how do you want to go? We have the assurance of the panel itself, as led by Honorable Justice Okuwobi, that they are going to amend the rules of procedure in the panel so that less time will be wasted and more mileage will be covered. We salute that and we welcome it. But we cannot and we must not sacrifice real justice for expediency. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's not feasible. 3 months is not feasible, and we are crying out now so that it will not be that, oh, if you are informed government earlier, if you are alerted government earlier, and not just a week to go or 2 weeks to go, maybe a lot of things could be corrected. No, so that's what we are shouting. We demanded by our letter of June 29, 2021 to government that we will pull out of the NSAS sitting if they insisted on a July 19 deadline. Now they have extended, but it looks they've extended reluctantly and grudgingly. Like Bamapami. We are not going to accept Bamapami. We are not going to accept that. We demand at least 6 months. 6 months in the list, so that all grievances will be properly ventilated and real justice will come by duly, and not a horrid sense of justice that can only lead to injustice. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for your kind attention.